The new proposed competition facility introduced to the South East Queensland bid for the 2032 Olympic Games will be an indoor basketball stadium located in the Sunshine Coast. This region has been growing dramatically over the past decade and could definitely do with some major indoor venues that are able to adequately host significant sporting events. The location is a huge key point as it is in close proximity for officials, participants, and also the spectators. This proposal will aim to critically analyse and identify whether or not a region such as the Sunshine Coast is able to host a mega event. It will recognise the impact and consequences the surrounding community may face, but also the positives that may come from it. There are also opportunities that come with such significant events that create a long-lasting legacy on the community. The new venue that is being recommended will help promote the bid for the Games tremendously, because with the current state of the surrounding facilities within the Sunshine Coast, they aren't up to the elite standard and could prove to be detrimental to the efficiency and flow of the Games. Several council members have noted that the current facility capacity isn't adequate enough for the mega events and would need changing due to the increased popularity within many sporting events. Many indoor sports that will be held at the Olympics require different competing grounds, courts within the one venue, and basketball is amongst one of these sports as it is played over many round games that lead into finals. Basketball in particular is a very global sport and therefore it will generate a large following of spectators. That is why it is extremely important to have many venues within the same facility so that everyone is accommodated for. This venue will also create the community with the opportunity to host other events indoors as stated earlier. According to the feasibility case study, it is evident that basketball requires a lot of demands, being a team sport, but also with it being a sport known globally, it is important that we understand the number of potential participants that may attend, ranging from 5,000 to 15,000. This is why it is extremely important that a larger scaled facility would be ideal for the basketball and other sports involved. The proposed venue will be located in a beautiful hinterland town, Woombai, located in the Sunshine Coast, a mere 10 minutes from the Bruce Highway and less than 100 kilometres from Brisbane. As shown in the current image, the large bit of land is vacant and is approximately 10 acres. Being so close to the highway, this will be ideal for public transport to and from the events and will help lessen the stress on having to find new ways for people to get to and from. This block of land is also less than half an hour from beaches and surrounding accommodation. The Sunshine Coast has been growing extremely fast in recent years, and with future development plans like this, it will only increase the level of infrastructure being developed in surrounding areas. The venue is situated slightly outside of residential area, meaning it won't cause too much of a disturbance to people with crowds transporting to and from events. It is also close enough and easily accessible to the public via public transport. The addition of maintainable development has been at the forefront of the current Olympic Games bid. Planning and building sustainable infrastructure has been implemented by the International Olympics Committee, and operations taken underway will be thoroughly planned out and categorised into stages. Cost for infrastructure at the Olympic Games has been known to be exponentially high, so it is important that further development plans are looked further into to alleviate the impact of such extreme costs. The first recommendation that the Queensland Government should further explore and exercise is something called low impact architecture. In an article written by lawmen, visualizing sustainability at the Olympics, he talks about how these low-impact stadiums use passive technology designs, but also different techniques that can prove to be environmentally beneficial. A sustainable stadium that can potentially run on solar power and other efficient resources would prove to be extremely beneficial for the Olympic Games and the surrounding community. Another important facet of the Games is efficient transport, as it is vital to ensure that both athletes and spectators and officials can get to and from events effectively and efficiently to make sure that the Games run smoothly. Similarly to the G-Link that was created to benefit the Gold Coast for the Commonwealth Games, the same approach must be taken, but on a larger scale in regards to transport accessibility to and from events. The approach taken was very well described in an article written by Kassan's Noor, where, for transport changes to be made, there needs to be a worthwhile investment into resources, staff, and knowledge in order for the transport to be sustainable prior to the Games. With mega events such as the Olympics, crowd numbers skyrocket with over 70,000 additional family members, athletes and coaches participating. This means that they will all need to be accounted for via transport mechanisms such as Uber, buses, trains, trams and taxis. With updated planning and operational mechanisms, it should in turn prove to be extremely beneficial to the surrounding communities during and post the Olympic Games. Finally, it is important to ensure that these new facilities are being put to good use post the Olympics. That is why situating the new venue in the Sunshine Coast is ideal, because it is a rapidly growing community and therefore with a new state-of-the-art facility comes opportunity. Because there may be some temporary construction, it is important to understand what may and may not be used as potential accommodation expansion. Within saying that, it is important for the facility that has been designed to the highest standard possible to be utilised by the sporting community. Having such a high-class facility could open the door to hosting more large events that require indoor facilities but also can host local sporting events such as basketball and so on. While there are some consequences involved with hosting mega events, I'm evident that the positives will outweigh the negatives. While these negatives may include higher property costs and potential debt, I believe they are heavily outweighed by the benefits that come with the Games. Beneficial components that will more than likely come from hosting such a significant event are world-class facilities, community involvement through volunteers, and a renewed revival and uplifting to the surrounding community, just to name a few. In conclusion, Brisbane's 2032 bid for the Olympic Games could prove to be extremely beneficial not only to the city but also surrounding regions and rural communities. Building the proposed infrastructure in pre-existing communities will help draw attention and create a better understanding of the growing communities Queensland has to offer. Through building sustainable facilities, we will be able to create more opportunities for the community as they strive to help leave a long-lasting impression and legacy on the Olympic Games themselves, but also post-Olympics. Thank you.